Wolf here, and I am continuing another video. I just want to get onto the subject because I've been watching these certain videos of like kind of depicting what demons are and like the pit of hell, how everything clashes into the underworld, and when you get into the subject of like ancient gods and the occult, you get into the subject of, well, it must be the devil or it must be demonic. Now, I want to make things really clear with people about how anything to do with ancient Atlantean mythology and gods from Sumerian, early Egyptian era were all actually just like extraterrestrial or interdimensional beings. One or the other, they were of another type of just a state of animalistic nature, which we experienced. And these gods, the ancient Egyptian gods like Ra and Isis and Osiris, and basically like Ra, these are totally different things to the devil, or the Eye of Horus represents the Eye of Horus. It represents the eye of these ancient Egyptian gods, and as you skip generations, you get from like Osiris and Ra to Hermes, and Hermes jumps to Dionysus, and Dionysus jumps to Jesus, and Jesus jumps to Bruce Lee, and maybe not Bruce Lee, but these things, they jump, and these people, like, they're saying, this one video that I've been watching on YouTube, this guy's saying that there's the pit of hell, and the green emerald tablets is described as being under the pyramids of Giza. And personally, I've heard a shaman say that under the pyramids of Giza is actually the Lake of Giza, which is actually an island with apparently a tribe of bird people on their island. And I mean, these tablets refer to Ra and Osiris, and Osiris had a bird's head mixed with a baboon head, apparently. And well, I know for a fact that I've heard rumours of a blue bird people living under the pyramids of Giza, and that there is like a pathway, but once you get down there, you actually listen to these people, and they can sing apparently more beautiful than the angels. So there's a lot of like people out there from a Christian occult learning standard that think that anything interdimensional is demonic, and I don't think that demonic is the right word. If it's predatory in an interdimensional way, then it is probably demonic, or from at least a low level type of pathetic entity that will feed off your life force. I mean, in the dream state, there's negative energies. I've seen them. I mean, anyone, you all might have encountered that, but anyone would say that they've had a bad dream, they've had something try and get them, or take their energy, or scare them, or eat them. But everything is from a demonic point of view. I mean, yeah. So without getting too much into the politics of everything, when you're studying the occult, it's about walking the middle path and not actually saying this is good or this is evil. It's actually about picking up your own wand and your own sword and actually going, I choose to actually adhere to the infinite creator. And Jesus himself was an interdimensional master ascended. He was one of many people who have achieved a grade of light that's so pure that they come back to teach us. Like that dimensions, because it's not just one heaven, there's many levels of heaven, and there's many levels of soul, and there's many levels of heart, you know. So I just wanted to make that clear, that when you go in and you're a young guy or a young girl and you're reading about our history, even if it's just ancient Egypt or magic of Greece, or the legends of Atlantia and Atlantis, you must realize that, and Jesus and Krishna, you must realize that this is all interwoven interdimensionally, and there were points when the density in this history of our planet were lighter, and we had fairies come in, and we had like a more etherical, feminine entities living on this planet, and we've reincarnated from other planets. And I'm not saying that anyone's religion is wrong. I'm just saying that in the occult, you should have respect for it, because it's not all demonic and it's not all Satanists. You know, there are other actual people out there who actually use it to study planetary kind of symbolism and planetary actual. It's a science, you know. When you're studying the occult, you can't just say, you know, with the cold comes fire. You know, you have to understand all the elements. I'm just wanting to also put a bit more positivity on everything, and make people realise that God is not something unattainable. He is actually something that, or he or she, because, when I say the God, I don't mean just masculine, I mean feminine. You know, there could be goddesses like Diana, and all these things that are just infinite. You know, like we have to come back to a consciousness where we can label these things like we always do. We label everything in life, and I mean, life doesn't need to be labelled. Life is eternal, and yeah, I'm ranting. And if you don't like that, and you don't care, and you're just here to like laugh at me, you better go. Because like, I have been thinking about this and studying everything, and I believe that everything has had equality in it. Even all chakras have been vibrating from all points of this history on our planet. So you can't just have one. You know, there's been love in every era, and I think, like, without judging anyone, I just want to say that, you know, like, vibration is linguistic as well, and everything has been echoed throughout, so all these different angles of information, just be open to it all, you know. And when you come to a point where you can share your understanding that this place is more than just a duality of unintentional consciousness, you actually focus onto the fact that maybe we were intended for something much more fucking brilliant than just being unconscious, living, dying slave puppets. Yeah, I think this place could be more aware and more open to the fact that these same energies have been coming in and out of every era, and that we are probably millions, if not billions of years old. So peace, that's a little chat from me, from Bro.